Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ricky, my friend Connor is here, and we just finished drafting our deck, and now we are going to play the games. However, I noticed I never actually explicitly said what our game plan is, so here it is. We have drafted a blue-white party member deck without any flyers. Blue-white, you usually think flyers, but not us. So how this game is going to work is we are going to rely on getting our party members out. So we have 16 creatures, we have 2 wizards, 5 warriors, 4 clerics, and 3 rogues. So pretty much all of our creatures are party members. Every time we draw a creature, we're going to grow our party. Skyclave Plunder will make sure all we're drawing is gas. So we are going for an all gas, no breaks party member strategy beatdown. Our top finishers are 4/3 Flying Angel Warrior. Its secondary ability is obviously very useless. We did not draft multiple copies of this, unfortunately, but you know, what can you do? Squad Commander can swing the board in our favor if we go wide enough. And if we don't go wide enough, we have 2 Seafood Stalkers to go unblockable and finish the game for us. Our creature removal, Nahiri's Binding, and Practice Tactics. So that's that. Here we go. Oops. Whoa. Forgot I lifted this thing up here. Very excited, very excited. Haven't done this in a while. Our opponent is Dabsky. Of course, this is our first draft after the season reset, so we are down in silver. We're going first. We have 3 creatures, a support spell, and both colors of lands. I think that's you know, as good as it gets. Let us play the plains, I suppose. Okay, so yeah, it looks like our plan is just to get the sellsword out. Not sure why my computer is being a little bit jittery here. Don't kill it! Don't kill it! Don't you do it! Boo! Boo! Alright, so unfortunately that means protection, that doesn't help us. I think the gerbil is going to come into play now. It's not really our game plan, but I don't know. Maybe I should have played my cleric first. But let's see. Let's see if our gerbil can be another kill spell magnet. Suck up another roiling eruption for us. Field research. He draws 2 cards. We are drawing a lot of lands, which isn't that bad this early in the game. Since he elects to tap out, I think we'll go for the sure-footed infiltrator here. If he doesn't play anything, we can start you know, attacking for card draw. And if we draw rogue, we can play the rogue and tap the rogue to activate its unblockable ability already, so that is most excellent. Our opponent elects to cast another Molten Blast, which means we get a free card draw. So all is going to plan, right? We got some party members going, they're eating up kill spells, and we are going to be drawing a whole bunch of cards. Nahiri's Binding doesn't help because our opponent's board is empty. So I think I feel pretty good about casting Angel Part Protector to give our infiltrator indestructible. Although with 1 blue mana, I don't think he can do anything. Well, there you go. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't get to draw it. So because this ability triggered I do have a chance. Oh wait, it's not a blocking creature yet, I suppose, huh?
Right.
So if I cast this now, I can only target myself. So no thanks. Suppose I mill 2. Oh no, he mills two gas cards. Oh no, I was hoping to see lands because with my luck, all I'm gonna draw is lands now. No point killing it, I suppose. We'll just save it. Not much I can do. If he casts another creature, we'll just Nahiri's Binding that other creature. Dovsky. Like I said, that's just how my luck goes. Let's see how our opponent responds to this. Okay, I suppose I will take that. He probably has something nasty that can deal 2 damage to me. Oh no, he just plays Deliberate, a very underpowered cantrip card. However, he still has open mana, so if he draws something he likes, he can kill my Infiltrator. And then there's not much I can do. What does this do? Valakut Awakening. Put any number of cards from your hand. What? That's nuts! Okay, wow. He just got a lot of value from that. Unbelievable. He basically just got a new hand. That is freaking nuts. Not even gonna lie. I hope, because I'm spiteful, that he just drew his same hand. He has 6 mana now, very scary. He has played absolutely nothing so far, except kill spells. Cinderclasm tries to blow up the board. Unfortunately, my 1 creature survives. So what is his game plan? Okay, I suppose I'll cast this.
Maybe draw first if you...
Draw first? Oh,
Okay.
true. I can draw first if I attack. Let's see if he kills it. You are you are better at deciding combat than I am. Returns it. All right, so nothing I can do about that. But I'll just cast it right back, I suppose. I mean, I definitely want to draw as many cards as possible, so let's just do that. So our opponent appears to be playing a blue-red control that doesn't have any creatures. Tazim Royal Mage. Okay, he will return something to his hand, probably a kill spell. He has returned Royal Eruption. Yep. So there's nothing I can do to save my Infiltrator now. Ooh, I should not have played my land. I was too busy talking to realize I should have cast my Prowling Felidar, because I could have gotten a free 1/1 token on that. That's unfortunate. However, I will cast the Prowling Felidar here. That 1/1 token hopefully won't make too much of a difference. He's just going to block it, and I suppose I'm fine with him blocking it.
You could bind it if you want to draw a card.
That seems very expensive, though.
Yeah.
Look, with a control deck that looks like this, he definitely has a finisher. So I definitely need to save Nahiri's Binding for the finisher. So I don't think I can just throw out Nahiri's Binding, because my only removal cards are Practice Tactics and Nahiri's Binding. So I think it would be very dangerous for me to throw away Nahiri's Binding, particularly because he's gotten rid of so many of our party members already.
Right.
What is this? All he's done is draw cards. What is his finisher? What is his finisher?
Where's your card draw?
Risen Riptide. See, see. If that's his finisher, that's getting a binding to the butt. Ooh, I do have Skyclave Plunder, but no, I absolutely cannot let this Risen Tide block me at all. So I will go ahead and attack with this for 4 damage, and I get to finally draw a card. Cell Sword is excellent here. I think I'm just going to go for the cast here. I don't see any reason not to. That does increase our party member count, so now we will, too, start drawing cards like crazy. At this point, even lands are good. Even lands are welcome. Relic Amulet does not help my opponent. So that was his other win condition, charging up that relic amulet. Like, considering how many cards did he play? He played almost what, nine instants and sorceries.
Oh yeah, that could have been nuts.
This would have been absolutely crazy, as you can see right there. Dauntless Unity doesn't do us any good. We don't have any more party members, so we're just gonna have to draw 3 cards. Nothing else we can do except for drawing 3 cards. We will pick up all 3 cards, of course. We do get to drop an island for a 1/1 counter, and our Seafood Stalker enters play. Hopefully it survives. My opponent is a little bit mana flooding. He has 9 lands. I do have also a similar amount of lands, so maybe that is fair. Squad Commander comes out. I suppose I can cast it. I might as well. It gets us a bunch of tokens. Unless if he has a second copy of Cinderclasm, I will be very sad, but let's go. Let's get some tokens. If that's a counterspell, man, flip some tables, man. Dauntless Unity gets us +1/+1. Can we go for the kill here, actually? So if I just spend 2 mana casting this, both of my white mana, I'll get +1/+1, and then I can activate this. Oh, that's only 1 activation. I don't have a full party. Yeah, cost modified. It says activated mana cost modified to 3, so cost 3 to activate.
What does Dauntless Unity do if you kick it?
If I kick it, +2/+1. So it's about the
lethal,
same.
Right?
Oh, you're correct! I'm too busy trying to find the most efficient way to spend my mana. I didn't even see lethal. Should I go for it? He doesn't have board wipes, right? Okay, let's go for it. Because I'm thinking, like, technically if he has a board wipe somehow, I'm gonna get screwed over. But he should be dead. Yes. Yeah, you're correct. Always. Whenever I find cards like this and I have ways to maximize my mana usage, I completely forget the point of why I'm trying to maximize my efficiency. You know, right. Sometimes I outplay myself.
Gotta find lethal.
Sad days.
Alright.
Sad days for my thinking, but here we are.
I think that's it for me. Good luck.
Boo. I mean, alright, thanks for your help, dude. Good times. On to the next one. Gonna drink some water. I got my weight here. Our opponent is Fontaines. Oof. Color screwed. Alright, we just need 1 blue mana to make this work, so we are going first, so we don't get to draw the card. I think my deck is pretty consistent enough. I'll go for the mulligan here. Ooh, yes! That's why we have the Skyclave Cleric. Alright, we'll keep this. That's double white. That's tough. I think I'm gonna have to take the practice tactics out, because we don't want to bottom the commander, and that's 1 removal, so I think this is what I'm gonna have to do. This is gonna have to enter as a plains land. We can play this as a cleric. And we have a 1/1 flyer that can start doing some damage. Let's attack. Let's see what he does. He has nothing. Excellent. Our opponent casts Skyclave Sentinel. It has Defender. Let's cast the Sure-footed Infiltrator. We now have 2 party members. 1, 2, Rogue, Cleric, Warrior. We just need a Wizard. Roost of Drakes! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good card for them. So that's not good for us. We definitely want to... Cleric, Rogue, Warrior. Let's get the Seafood Stalker out. Maybe we can start sneaking in some... Oh yeah, that's exactly why. So I do want to tap my other... I want to tap my Seafood Stalker to give this unblockable, and then I can attack and draw a card. It's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Still lacking in white mana. We can't cast Nahiri's Binding. Our opponent casts whenever, as long as you control another wizard. When it dies, he gets to draw a card. He does not have another wizard, so that's fine. I will take 2 damage. Ooh, our other planes is here. Most excellent. We can... we do have Practice Tactics as a combat trick, so perhaps we can get something sneaky here. Let's make our Infiltrator... Oh, but they both only have 2 power, so... Cleric. I suppose we'll give that indestructible. And then we will attack with these 2. And we do want to kill it, so let's just go ahead with the tactics and kill the Sentinel. Maybe the better plan would have just been tapping my Seafood Stalker for another card draw. I think that might have been that would have been slightly better. So yikes, maybe that was a mistake. But we got damage through, which is fine with me. He plays his own Seafood Stalker. Seafood Stalker is hilarious. My opponent attacks for 5. I'm fine with taking it. We draw another Plains, which is pretty good for us. I will cast Nahiri's Binding on his Seafood Stalker. I think that's good enough of a target. My opponent does kick it and give it unblockable. So that is not looking so good anymore. I will have to tap a Rogue to give it unblockable, and I will attack with it. Draw a card. That's not gonna do it. I think that's the end of the road for us, friends. We did not draw any of our wizards or our card draw engines. And our opponent drew pretty much exactly what he needed. So his deck can't possibly have very many copies of Roost of Drakes. And that's the key card in his deck. So yeah, I think my opponent just got pretty lucky here with getting his Roost of Drakes out so early. Prowling Felidar. I will take a whole bunch of damage here. Roost of Drakes, again, extremely good. I suppose I should... nah, there's no... I don't think it matters too much if I block here or not. This next turn I'll have to block for sure. Seafood Stalker, another one, isn't going to help us. 1/1 tokens also aren't going to help us. So unfortunately, I think that's the end of the road for us. So the best I can do is tap another rogue and then attack so I can draw a card. It is a plains, which doesn't really help us with the flying situation. But basically here we're going to have to block and hope we get a wizard next turn. Oh, I forgot. He can make his creature unblockable, so that's it. Block his flyer, and he deals more than enough to kill us. Alright, alright. Sad days, sad days. Not too bad of a loss though. We had some hope there. We did not get mana screwed. We did not get completely shut down. We got to do some stuff. Our opponent, Gralha. Ooh, okay. We have warriors and clerics, and then we have plunder, but our opponent is going first, so that is not what we like to see when we have such an aggressive hand. However, what can I do? Except to accept this mediocre opener. Our opponent has to mulligan, which is good news for us. Except he is red, so that makes our warriors extremely squishy now. Hellhound is very good. Play the warrior. Opponent attacks. I'll offer the trade, sure. I will cast Sellsword again. Let's see if my opponent draws, if it draws any kill spells. I'll play the Gerbil. I'll do the landfall, and I will attack the 4. Spitfire makes it a 3/4. Deals 1 damage to each opponent. I'm fine with that. So now I want to cast my Protector. I'll give my Sellsword indestructible. I get to play another land. It becomes a 4/2. I will attack for 4. Next turn, our card draw engine goes on. We'll get to draw a whole bunch of cards, and let's see where we end up with that. Pretty exciting, unless our opponent completely hoses our plan here. Scorch Rider does not do that. Ooh, okay, so we have the dribble, we have the tokens. Do I plunder here? I think I can win. But if he has a Cinderclasm, his creatures will actually survive. All my creatures will just die. If I don't play this... No. Let's play this first. I might regret it if he does end up playing Cinderclasm, but I do have a land here, and then I can attack with these two. It's a lot of damage going his way. I think he has a Cinderclasm then. No, he does not. Oh. Woo. Woo. Relief. So relieved. What else can my opponent do? He chooses to do not much. Let's we'll play a Plains. My opponent does cast Cinderclasm, which, what did I just say, right? So I guess we'll have to just plunder and hope for some cards. Alright, we get plenty of gas. Tazim, Royal Mage. We can get our Skyclave Plunder back, so maybe we don't do that. If I attack, he'll probably go for the trade. And, okay, maybe we take a chill pill here. We'll take a chill pill and see what our opponent comes up with next. Next turn we do want to fill the board, so we'll let him deal 3 damage to us. He plays a Hellion. Ooh, that's a pretty big creature. Okay, that's a lot of landfall. So we get to play Legion Angel for sure. Decline. Can't kick that, but we don't need to because we just drew that. So we have this Seafood Stalker. We'll drop the land because that might start to matter. And our ability only costs 3 to activate, so we can get our Seafood Stalker huge, but our opponent just landfalled us a whole bunch. If he attacks with that, I can just take it, that's fine, and then my opponent will be dead, I believe, because I can just make my Stalker unblockable. I don't think there's a way for you to do 3 damage with that, so I believe I just activate this once. I activate this twice. Yep, that's the correct mana. And I believe that should be the game. 8 damage, exactly what I needed. Finish off our opponent. Whew, that was a close one there. I called it. The Cinderclasm board wipe was there. We learned that from our homebrew. Mythic Climb. That card is in the set. It can wreck our weenie plan or any weenie deck that you're playing. And luckily, we were able to recover, but we did walk right into it. I did call it, but now that I think about it, I shouldn't be so happy because you saw what you saw. We walked right into it. Should have plundered first. All right, so we have a early play. We have our late game enders and all of the lands that we need. So unfortunately, not the most exciting hand, not the hand I wanted to see, but it is serviceable because we have 4 lands and we can play everything in our hand. Our opponent, Dire Wolf. I wonder what style of Dire Wolf he likes. Is it the ones from the most recent pop reference would be Game of Thrones? the dire wolves from the Game of Thrones. I always will forever associate dire wolves from Diablo 2. The druid has an ability he can learn. It's called the dire wolves. Better than the spirit wolves, I believe. I could be wrong about that though. And of course the grizzly bear. Grizzly bear was a beast. Okay, our opponent is doing much about nothing. So with our deck curves like 1, 2, 3 extremely well. I can't believe I just drew 3 of my 4 to cast creatures. I think that's absolutely absurd and unfair. We'll cast the Felidar so it can start collecting 1/1 tokens. We're not too concerned about the Brute. He probably has a Murasa's Might in his hand. Ambush, of course. Just my luck. My opponents always have exactly what they need. It's really annoying. Yeah, let's get the Outrider and get in for some damage, I guess. Trade it right back. Also, it's another removal bait that I'm going with by saving my Angel. My Angel still only has 3 toughness. Ooh, that's a huge creature. Okay, we can play the island, cast our Angel for offense. We don't have any other cards, so we will not block this. So I have a warrior here, I have a wizard here. I don't really need this warrior, so if he attacks with the Murasa, I will block it. If he attacks with the Ascetic, I won't because I have Nahiri's Binding as a solution. Hopefully that's not a shell. I think that's actually going to be a shell. So if I double block here, he'll cast a shell, and then I can Nahiri's Binding it. But let's see what happens. The shell gives you... What does the shell give you? +0, +3? Oh, yikes. I can't even block this. He has the shell, doesn't he? Oh no. Okay, he just uses up his mana. Unfortunately, I did not guess correctly. This costs 2 white? Oh no. Guess I can cast the Cleric here, gain some life, and then I can Dauntless Unity to make my creatures bigger. And hopefully we can get some good trades here. I will have to sacrifice my Royal Mage into the Blight Blade though, probably. My opponent declines to attack. I'm fine with that. Drawing another Plains, I am not fine with that. Let's see how he responds when I cast Nahiri's Binding on his biggest creature. He has nothing. So I guess I'm fine with beginning... No, I need... This creature has 3 toughness. I can still cast Dauntless Unity and wreck him if he decides to attack. Let's hold back a little bit. What we're hoping to see is our card draw engines. My opponent returns 2 lands to his hand, but he has no landfall, so I'm not too concerned. However, it is a 6/5. That is huge. I will have a bit of trouble defending against that. Okay, if he attacks with 2 creatures, I can wipe 2 creatures. I think that's worth my Dauntless Unity for sure. So I will go ahead and do that. He only has lands in his hand, so there's no reason for me not to. I'll block this, and I'll block this. And I'll cast my Dauntless Unity here. So it's a 2-for-1, 2-for-1. We do have the sure-footed Infiltrator here, which is excellent. Gives us more options, and we will pass. Our opponent did draw 1 card here. So if my opponent attacks with the Stomper, I believe I will block with these 2. So let's go for it. 1, 2, 3. This will give me an extra point of damage. I think that's probably my best bet. Might of Marasa, of course. At least I don't die. Except I draw a land, because that's just how my luck goes. And there we are. We receive a loss. So he knows it. I have to double block this for any hope of winning. See, my opponent, he top decked Might of Marasa. Like literally the 1 card in his deck that could do anything. And I just continue to draw lands. So there you go, friends. More of my mana screw hijinks. That's 9 lands at 27, but I guess I did, maybe I drew some cards. Unbelievable. But sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes that's how it is. When you live my life, all of your games are just mana screws. Our opponent is some Japanese kanji. I believe that first character is green, because it resembles a character I know in Chinese, but I could be very, very wrong. I shouldn't have said that in the camera. Now that I think about it, this just makes me look very silly. I am from Hong Kong. My native language, well, native language, I guess my native language. Whoa! Free win! Free win! My native language? Do I consider that as my native language? So, my first language I learned was Cantonese. My parents, being from Hong Kong, spoke to me in Cantonese. But I grew up in Canada, so I don't know. What is native language a legal definition, or is there a literal definition? Like literally my first language would be Cantonese. Very strange to think about. But anyway, I'm kind of embarrassed that I don't know my Chinese as well as I should, or as well as I could, I suppose. Something I'm working on. Alright, so our deck continues to feed us absolute garbage. We will take a mulligan here. And again, what is the deal with this? Our deck is curved way better. I believe our deck is curved way better than this. We should not be drawing our end half of the deck like literally every single game. It's so boring. Alright, here we go. I guess I'll keep this and return that. And sit here as my opponent destroys me because I have no plays. Yep, of course my opponent, when I have no plays, my opponent just starts off with the aggressive hound. Landfall, basically this turns all of your lands into shocks early game. It does peter off unless he's running a landfall deck, at which point playing fetch land cards becomes ridiculous and can destroy us. Hedron, third land, at least we can play a seafood stalker, and our deck does not deny us our fourth land. So we got that going for us, but knowing my luck, it's just going to plow all the way into like 8 lands or something. That's a 2/3. I'm a 2/3. I can block that. No reason not to. Like I said, we can get our little flyer going here. We don't have another angel, so we will pass. That visionary is a pretty fat creature. Not much we can do about that. Next turn, I will be playing the Skyclave Plunder. Okay, I guess if you have a creative way of getting a land into play, alright, I didn't want to block that anyway because you're about to become a 5/5 creature, but I do take 8 damage. So my opponent draws exactly what he needs. Again, like, do I have a cleric already on board? I do not have a cleric. But I believe I can find more clerics with the plunder, so I think I'll have to do that. I mean, I suppose I might as well attack with the angel. Gotta win someday, right? Next turn, I'm looking a little bit better. I can cast a Felidar. I can drop an island, give it a token, and then I have Practice Tactics as a defense. So I suppose we'll let that happen again. It's only 3 damage because the Hellhound is without landfall. My opponent casts a Sproutling that is not kicked, and a Shambler. Whoa, so much power. Okay, we now have 6 mana, and I forgot to cast my Felidar again. Okay, so maybe I should slap myself for that. Oh, nuts. I definitely could have used that 1/1 counter. Okay, I'm tilting. Skyclave Plunder could get us more cards, but I think we need creatures to block. We can return 1 target creature to our opponent's hand. Yeah, maybe I still just cast the Felidar first. Although this becomes ridiculous. No, we definitely just need to cast the Felidar first. I just gave up a 1/1 counter for nothing, really. No attacks. Reclaim the wastes. He gets 1 land. He gets some landfall action. Okay. I will announce some blocks. Let's block with our Seafloor Stalker. I guess we have another warrior, so maybe we block the visionary. See what happens. Sizzling barrage. Okay, nothing we can do here. I suppose I can cast the tactics onto Sproutling, so minimize the damage we're taking this turn. So yeah, that misplaying that land really cost us there, because this would have been a 3/4. It would have been a much stronger position for us to do anything about that attack. So unfortunately, our angel paid the price. Ooh, that is pretty nasty as well. Unfortunately, I don't know. Do draw another land. Our Felidar does end up growing. We now have 7 mana. It becomes a 3/4. My opponent can technically block and make everything bad. I can cast the Ooh, yeah, this is pretty good. I can cast the Outrider. It'll serve as a blocker. And I can pump my Felidar, and my Felidar should be able to attack for some good damage here. We sneak in the 5 damage out of nowhere. Our opponent does get the counter onto the Shambler. Our Seafood Stalker can pump to a 3/3. So we got that going for us. But of course, our opponent draws exactly what they need every single freaking time. Why do I even play this game? There's just no point in playing this game. So that's the misplay coming back to bite us even more. If we had that 1/1 counter on the Felidar, it wouldn't have died to 4 damage. We would have lost one of our other creatures instead. But such as it is, such as it is. So I suppose I have to kick my Geyser Mage on the Channeler just so he can't attack with it next turn. basically stalling for more draws here. Can't attack. If he draws a land, his Hellhound will become active again, which will be pretty nasty. And the Shambler becomes a 4/4, so if he draws a land, that's to his advantage. And of course, he draws a land exactly when he needs it. And he kicks it, and that's enough damage to kill me. So that's that. So that was a very, 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 very expensive lesson learned. Never misplay your Felidar. I was too busy commentating to realize, and out of habit, that I shouldn't just be throwing lands out. If there are landfall cards that give you permanent 1/1 counters, you definitely need to cast the spell before you throw down the land, or else you suffer very, very frustrating losses such as that. So that is the end of this run. Thank you for watching. Check out some of my other series. I have a homebrew Mythic Climb where I pilot my friend's deck that made it to Mythic last season. This season, hoping to make it to Mythic myself. If you're on YouTube, please like and/or subscribe. Ring it if you feel it. If you're on Twitch with me right now, give me a follow. That's pretty sweet. And of course, I just started this channel. It's relatively new. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please comment, leave a comment, or send me an email. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. See you next time.